Favorable weather the last several weeks may have helped farmers in many areas of Minnesota make significant planting progress. According to USDA Weekly Crop Progress Report, over 80% of the state's corn is now planted and 55% of the soybeans. Both are below the 5-year average. Crops are emerging rapidly across the southern part of the state, but elsewhere in the region, struggles continue.
As you get into central Minnesota, especially northwest Minnesota, North Dakota, parts of South Dakota, a lot of acres still left to be planted. And of course, Memorial Day weekend, some very heavy rains moved through that area again, and 3 or 4 different rain events. So some of those folks are facing some tough decisions here when it comes to whether they still try to plant a crop or file a preventive planting claim if they have federal crop insurance.
Planting was delayed over most of the upper Midwest because of cool, wet conditions. Just how much of an impact the late start will have on yields remains to be seen.
A lot depends on what kind of conditions we get here, especially in the early part of the summer in June and July, as to how much impact that later planting will have.
Farmers in some areas of the Midwest may be forced to make preventive planting claims on their crop insurance if they're not able to get seed in the ground. With strong commodity prices, farmers are motivated to get crops in the ground, but the decision will likely come down to weather conditions and economics.
For an individual farmer, it becomes an economic decision, and obviously if you still have your fertilizer in the shed that you haven't put on the crop, there's shortages of fertilizer. Fertilizer's expensive, so to either be able to look at prevent plant or to switch to soybeans might make good economic sense, especially planting this late.
For farmers in the upper Midwest, it's been one of those years. Behind me, they're spraying. There still are farmers planting. Rotary hoers are running, and some farmers are hauling grain to the market. This is Ketelsen reporting.